The late adopter. Just do this. Okay. Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily, everybody. How do I do this? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do this show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. Today is, of course, the day after the Armageddon. Yesterday, the dump, the liquidation party, the whatever you wanna call it. And you know, certain people are telling me that, you know, that wasn't the bottom. You were wrong. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, we are still at the bottom. It's always the bottom. You know, below 20k, it's always the bottom. It doesn't matter what kind of level it is. Is it 20, 19, 18, 15, 10? It's always the bottom, guys. It's always the bottom. You cannot be overly bearish when we are this low down. Okay, right now Bitcoin is at 18.7. you know, tomorrow might be 17.7. Even if it goes down to 15k, I would still say it's the bottom. 10k bottom, 5k bottom, 1k bottom. It's always the bottom, because you gotta have this, you know, this mentality of, you know, it's slow, it's cheap. I just been looking at altcoins that, you know, the altcoins that are down by, you know, they are under 10 million caps, you know, market cap. They went down another, you know, 10-20% down, and I was like, still like, it's damn cheap. Like, it was cheap yesterday, it's cheap today, it's gonna be cheap tomorrow. It's always gonna be cheap, because it's not gonna stay under 10k, 10 million market cap, you know, once the bull market starts. Like, the gains will be insane, doesn't matter what it is. That said, how's everybody doing in the chat, guys? Hello, my friend. Hello, 25SUD. What's up with the center player? What's up? Wookie Want a Cookie is in the chat. Bro, I gotta say, you make me laugh so hard, man. Yes, man. You right, man. Bragging rights, whatever. Rushton, I told you 19k, 70.5k is bottom. You opened your long, Rushton. That's good, man. It gives me confidence that, you know, more people on my side. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. Is this the bottom or not? Was waiting for this since 2 months. We gotta know, Shady. We gotta know. I told you it will drop to 90k since we were at 23, but yeah, you kind of missed 90k because it went down to 18k, so you know. Mladen Petrov is in the chat. Hi man, how you doing? I had a long open on 17.77 last month's drop, closed at 22k. Nice one. We put 123. Hi, how you doing? The July low must hold for supermoons to be valid. What if Bitcoin breaks it substantially? Will the 22nd November top also be invalid? Strange times. Strange times. The new moons are not working, the full moons are not working, nothing is working. Something is up, guys, something is up. John, hello everybody. Hello John, how you doing, man? Good afternoon. Is it time to long yet? I don't know. I thought, you know, longing was nice here. I thought longing was nice here. You know, I might even think, you know, longing is nice here as well. So we're gonna talk about that. I saw one prediction of 700 LMAO. That's worse than me. I told you guys, once we get to these low levels, people will be, you know, throwing predictions that are incredibly, you know, crazy. What's up? Sitting at 20k on the 20 on the RSI on the daily Bitcoin, hoping it works back up to 50 and breaks through the recovery to juice my long. What you buying? I buy, you know, random NFT metaverse, you know, altcoins that are, you know, very cheap. That's my thing, you know. Ask Johnny, like, what's going on. Anyways, guys, let's see what's happening up here on the chart. We're gonna go start with the daily time frame up here. As you can see here, we did dump today. There is you know, certain changes in the metrics on the indicators down here. Number one, you're gonna notice down here we did not have a divergence over here, but right now we do have a divergence on the chart over here, and you can see here the price is going down while the RSI is just slightly going towards the upside up here. slightly going towards upside. So we do have a divergence on the chart, and this on the daily time frame, and it's nice. It's very nice. Now the divergence doesn't tell you much. It's a lag indicator. It can just continue dumping down, and there will be no divergence. So you know, we are not actually looking for divergences tell us, you know, for any kind of reversal or anything like that. But it's nice to know that, you know, we are getting in this you know, impulsive move towards downside where the RSI is no longer following the price, which is very, very nice. Also, what you're gonna see on the MACD down here is that we looked, you know, just about to get the cross. There is no cross, a big dump towards downside over here. So right now this MACD is still continuing on downside. We do have a, you know, move towards downside where we have momentum going towards the upside. But yeah, again, this is also a lagging indicator, but it does show us that, you know, the weakness in the price right now after we have been falling down for a little while over here. So these are two things that I'm you know, looking at right now. The weekly right now also, we have a huge divergence on the weekly time frame. Let me show you up here. So the price is definitely going very, very hard down, while the RSI is going towards upside. And even over here, what you can see right now is that you know, the price is having hard time pushing the you know, pushing more towards downside. So this weekly divergence is gonna be really hard to, you know, correct on the downside, because we gotta go below 26. Can we do that? Yes, I can, but this has to continue dumping a lot towards downside down here to avoid the divergence, because if it starts just pumping over here, you know, it might indicate that this divergence is gonna hold. So we got the divergence up here as well. Again, divergence on the RSI lag indicator, they can always, you know, don't have to play out. We still hold the bullish cross on the weekly time frame. You can see down here we made a bullish cross. Even with this move towards downside, there is no indication right now that it's crossing down here. It is just kind of stopping up here a little bit, just like over here. So, you know, might cross down eventually, but right now I think it's gonna take a week or two. So this needs to continue pumping towards downside if this actually wants to break on the downside and give us bearish cross on the weekly time frame. So those are indicators that we are looking at right now. You can see that we have some kind of divergences. Even MACD over here is giving us, you know, a bigger weekly loss of momentum towards the while we're going towards downside. So momentum is losing pace. The RSI, you know, is creating divergences. We are getting some kind of, you know, hard levels to, you know, break towards downside. So is this the bottom again? Again, yes, it might be the bottom. You know, we might fall down lower, but, you know, every level is the bottom for us. Every level is the bottom for us. So now we're gonna draw some, you know, very nice lines on the chart. The first one we're gonna show you is that we actually broke this trend, and this move towards downside actually just retested that trend. So you can see down here this line over here, this downtrend that we started from 24k towards downside over here got broken. Over here we went sideways, and what we are doing right now, we are only you know, retesting that level. This line can actually be moved a little bit up here as well if you just want to use, you know, a big wicks, but, you know, depends on how you use it. It still looks like it's broken. Down here, is broken down here. Maybe something like this over here. Let's make it not broken. There we go. Maybe this line where we actually try to break it and then right back down again. But these wicks on the upside are pretty legit as well. There is no bearish engulfing, you know, candles or anything like that. So I see no reason to not use these wicks on the upside. And you can see right now we are actually testing it on the you know, the trend on the downside. Now this downtrend is actually broken, but this downtrend is being created. So let's go up here, and we're going to draw a new trend line up here, because we got a new pivot point up here after this fall to the downside. What you're going to see here right now is that we have a new downtrend. It's no longer very steep downtrend, but it's some kind of downtrend up here, and this over here is actually a channel line. Let me show you the channel, because previously we had some kind of, you know, maybe falling wedge or something like that, but right now we have a channel, I think, over here, at least this last part over here. And what you're gonna see here, that this channel right now, it can go all the way down to 17.7 or something like that, but, you know, depends on how you put this channel. If you put it up here, you know, we can go down to 18k or something like that, but, you know, it does look like a channel to me. And oftentimes before you actually exit the channels towards the upside up here, you don't actually go all the way down. You can go all the way down to something like 7.7 or something like that, and then bounce up here and then do, you know, this move and then continue towards the upside. But you can also just, you know, do, you know, zigzag move up here and then continue towards the upside. But downward channels are bullish by nature, and right now it's gonna be very hard to actually break this on the downside. If we break this on the downside over here, you can expect a big dump towards downside. So this is the dump. If we break this channel towards downside over here, I would expect to see some kind of very low levels, like, you know, 15k, 10k, whatever, if that actually happens. But I'm still not in that, you know, in that mindset just yet. You know, it's very hard for me to believe that we're gonna go down to, you know, 10k again, and, you know, people are gonna, you know, buy altcoins for 10k. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen, at least from what I see, you know, at least from what I see. Yeah, the shoe pattern, another shoe pattern. Let me see up here on the chart. I don't see a shoe pattern up here. The shoe pattern is a little bit more extended up here. It does something like this up here, but, you know, this over here is kind of, you know, crappy shoe pattern. We talked about that this could be up here. Sorry, where was it? This over here was a shoe pattern. Unfortunately, the shoe pattern did kind of fail us. You know, all the patterns can actually, all the patterns can break towards both sides, and this one unfortunately broke on the downside. I was a little bit worried about that, because I was feeling that, you know, we are living on the hopium up here. It's gonna eventually break towards the upside. I don't like to live on the hopium. Oftentimes when you live on the hopium, you're on the wrong direction. You're in the wrong direction. So I should have probably listened to my gut, but, you know, there is that. So this channel up here, this daily channel, this is I think this is the most interesting right now channel that we have, and depends on how you draw it. Now there is another way you can actually draw the channel, and that's using these tops up here. And what you're gonna see here is that, again, you know, 18 is some kind of bottom down here on the upper side of the channel until we hit the line. But if you go all the way down towards downside, it's like something like 15k or something like that. But I'm a little bit unsure whether we're gonna stop at 15k if we start going on the downside, because if you zoom a little bit out on the charts, if you zoom a little bit out, maybe even go to the monthly time frame, and, you know, let's go do this chart over here. I already drew the support levels. These are support levels from some kind of, you know, weekly, monthly horizontal levels, and also the moving averages. What you're gonna see here, we are in this zone up here between 18k and 19k, where you have a huge amount of support, and then there is no support actually below until we actually get to something like 13k to 10k down here. Very strong support. So this area between, you know, 18k and 13k is empty area. If you fall through this area towards the downside, we're gonna get wrecked, pretty much everybody, all the way down there. Now that's the big question: are we gonna do that? Is this just gonna, you know, continue towards downside, or is this support gonna hold? So right now I'm still saying that, you know, this is some kind of bottom, because, you know, we are still in the support area. We are just breaking a little bit on the downside down here, but we are breaking with the divergence. So, you know, saying that, oh, this is a very bad move and we're gonna continue dropping towards downside, it's kind of hard for me to say. It's kind of hard for me to say. So we're gonna see how this actually eventually plays out. But you know, all things considered, this for me is right now a channel, and this channel needs to be respected, and depends on how you draw the channel. Maybe something like this up here, you can see on the weekly, sorry, on the 4-hourly time frame, or over here. So right now we broke this, you know, midline. Right now trying to test that, and maybe we do another move down to maybe 17.8k or something like that. But, you know, it's still in the ballpark area up here, you know, where this previous bottom is, going down there. Maybe, just maybe. If you see this getting back above the, you know, midline up here, and, you know, it might just actually come very fast towards upside as well. Maybe we're gonna do, you know, the barting thing, because we did a lot of barting in 2018 and 2017. You know, stuff goes up, down, it does like this, and it goes right back up again. But these were, you know, very characteristic of, you know, price manipulation from the BitMEX, you know, era. So there is that. The most interesting channel, showing the most interesting channel, Bitception. Crypto dead end of year 0. Nah. Didn't you hear, man? Russia is right now, you know, making plans to allow, you know, cross-border payments in stable coins. So, you know, stables coins are at least gonna be alive. Been in stables all year, waiting for November, December for Armagedon, but then I buy everything. Twice. I'm thinking you are enjoying this. We close daily lower than ever since bull market. Nice channel. What I say? Well, I'm ready for some blood. This is blood. There is no blood, guys. How do you like my messages? Yeah, it's yeah. Mladen showed me certain stuff about the. What is it? Chats about energy and oil. There are some definitely nice charts. over here. But this comes to analyzing, you know, the markets from a broader perspective, not just technical perspective. This oil up here, looking at the break on the downside. Will it actually break on the downside? I'm a little bit unsure about that, but it just might actually do that. How much that is going to affect us when it comes to, you know, inflation and price of Bitcoin and stuff like that, a little bit unsure about it. This use oil, as you know, energy and oil are two most important things against inflation. If energy and oil are two most important things against inflation, does energy and oil have to go down or up? In August, oil was down, so I expect CPR positive and rate, which pumped the market as well, this weekly chart. So you think that if oil goes towards downside, then we're gonna pump. Well, technically we should have been pumping for a long time, because you know, we have been following oil, and oil was, you know, crashing towards downside ever since up here. It went did this, you know, did this move up here right now, and right now it's also falling below the support line, and right now retested that support line up here. It looks like it's going to continue dropping on the downside. There are definitely maybe some lines down here, over here, something like that are right now holding. So if it falls through that, it's gonna pretty much dump. So it looks like it's on the verge on the dump towards us. But how that is gonna affect the economy and Bitcoin, a little bit unsure about that. Yeah, DXY. I want to talk about DXY because Mladen showed me a very nice chart, talked about DXY. This is dollar index over here, and as you can see up here, he feels like we are getting to some very, very strong points of resistance. Now, just because you are getting to a strong point of resistance doesn't mean that you are not gonna break that. So let me show you a little bit something, and again, we're gonna talk about the parabolic moves, how they actually happen, and I'm gonna show up here. So this over here that's being created on the chart right now is a parabolic move, and the reason for that is because it increases the speed all the time. So this parabolic move already had 3 phases, and I usually say these parabolic moves have 3 to 4 phases. I don't think I have ever seen a parabolic move with 5 phases, because the fourth phase is often a very, very steep, you know, move towards the upside. So this right now has 3 phases, and right now it's in 3rd phase of this parabolic move, but it can have the 4th phase. I'm going to explain to you how. So the way this actually works is these parabolic moves is they increase in speed. So this is some kind of, you know, accumulation or some kind of start, and then you got this lead-in phase where you start, you know, trending towards upside slowly, right? And after that, you got this explosion phase where you explode towards upside. You can see up here we are exploding towards upside, and at the end of that phase you get the last phase, the 4th phase, where you get, you know, this you know, parabolic move, because this last move always goes very, very fast towards upside. Now this can actually, you know, just starts dumping after the 3rd phase, but if it starts going to the 4th phase, is usually and that, you know, somewhere up there there is some kind of top, and it's gonna just reverse, right? So the question is whether we're gonna get the 4th phase or not up here. So how these things increase in speed? Well, they break some kind of, you know, resistances. You can see up here that we started going up here, down here, and we are creating some kind of a bottom. We broke that bottom, and we increased the speed towards the upside. Now the second move was that over here, somewhere like this over here, you can see that we had this leading phase where we were going faster, and then we broke this towards the upside. We increased the speed again towards the upside, and the last speed right now is some kind of slightly expanding channel towards the upside up here, where we're going towards the upside. But even this can increase the speed if we break right now something like over here, you know, it's gonna be 23, 24, sorry, 113, 14, 15, give or take up here. If we break this level towards the upside up here, it's gonna increase the speed again, because it's breaking the resistance line, and this over here will be the last phase of the dollar index. Now it can just, you know, trend up here in the 3rd phase for a long time before it actually breaks the 3rd phase. But if it's a, you know, parabolic move like we had, you know, 2017 parabolic move on Bitcoin or something like that, and some other coins, then if it starts breaking this, it's probably the last phase. So the way I'm seeing this over here right now, it's not over yet. We are in the 3rd phase. It's a very steep, fast phase towards the upside. How long this phase is gonna, you know, continue, you know, that can be discussed, because I have absolutely no clue. This can actually continue for a long time. But I do know that if we break either the support level down here, that's gonna mean the end. And if we break the resistance level up here, that's gonna mean that we are increasing the speed, and we are probably getting into this last fourth phase of the parabolic move. Now, once this fourth phase comes, you know, you don't get like, you know, fifth phase up here, because that's like straight, you know, straight line towards the moon. But you know, the fourth phase is usually the last phase that's happens. So you know, you got some kind of accumulation zone, a lead in, you know, pump, and then explosion towards upside, and that's usually some kind of you know, parabolic move towards upside. So right now, the way I see, we are in third move, but we do not have to have this you know, fourth blow of top that often happens in these parabolic moves. We can just have this third move towards upside, get all the way up there, fail to actually break that, and then, you know, turn towards downside. So there's you know, but the way I see it, there is definitely, you know, room for more moves towards upside, even though that you know, we got a RSI divergence is up here at the top and stuff like that, and momentum is going towards downside, and everything right now indicates that this is losing pace and can actually go down. But this is actually a lot affected by, you know, what's happening in the world and stuff like that. So it can easily just continue pumping towards upside, because, you know, both MACD and the RSI are lagging indicators, like we said in the start. So we're gonna see that. So this, so DXY dollar is still strong. Bitcoin still looks a little bit weak, but you know, might be the bottom and stuff like that. Of course, there's that. Captain is in chat. Hi club, headed to work in 5 minutes at least. Gotta catch it. Thanks for stopping by, Captain. What do you think Bitcoin dominance does make sense to me? No, it makes perfect sense, man. It makes perfect sense. What part of Bitcoin dominance does not make sense? Look here. This is the weekly time frame. Bitcoin has been going down, and the dominance has been going down. That means Bitcoin, you know, overall, so has altcoins actually fell down less than Bitcoin. So dominance goes towards downside, while Bitcoin goes toward. Let me just pop the Bitcoin chart up here. So you can see up here, at least over here, we started going towards downside, big move towards downside. Bitcoin had a big move towards downside, where we had a big move, you know, in dominance towards upside, all the way down here, right? What happened over here is that altcoins was dying. When Bitcoin goes down and dominance goes towards upside, this is called, you know, altcoins that. So in this move towards upside, altcoins actually died. So you can see up here that we had a slight move up here, you know, give or take from over here to over here. We had a slight move in Bitcoin moving towards upside, but dominance was going down. So Bitcoin was going up, but altcoins were actually, but Bitcoin dominance was going down. Sorry. Bitcoin was going towards upside up here. Bitcoin was going towards upside, and the dominance was going towards downside. That means that altcoins were actually exploding, right? So in this move up here, altcoins were actually making a lot bigger gains than Bitcoin, right? And what's happening up here right now is that we are going down, and the dominance is going down as well. So that means that the Bitcoin, sorry, everything is losing so Bitcoin is losing dominance, but everything is going down, but altcoins are not going down as much. I think altcoins are not going down as much. So this is actually quite good. This over here is the worst case scenario for altcoins. When you have dominance going up and the Bitcoin going down, this is the worst case. When you have Bitcoin going up and the dominance going towards downside, this is actually quite nice. And when you have Bitcoin going down and the dominance going down, this over here is just saying that, you know, the altcoins are falling, but they're not falling as much. So it's not that bad, not that bad. I think the altcoins are through the very worst period of time up here, because the dominance exploded while Bitcoin, you know, dropped down from, you know, what's that, you know, all the way up here. What's that? I think that was 30 something, you know, down to 20k. During this drop, I think altcoins suffer a lot, but right now they're not suffering. So if we move to some kind of, you know, small time frames up here on the daily time frame, maybe 4 hourly time frame. So what you're gonna see here that Bitcoin is going towards, dominance going towards upside while Bitcoin is going down. Altcoins are again dying because, at least in this part over here, altcoins are again dying because Bitcoin is losing in value while altcoins are losing more value, right? They are losing more value. So right now in this move towards downside is actually also another, you know, altcoin that. Will this actually continue or not? It kind of depends. But Bitcoin has been gaining in dominance all the way while it's been, you know, over here, especially over here while it was going slightly towards downside. So Bitcoin is still the champ. Bitcoin is still the champ. Energy markets are broken, massive manipulation, next black swan event. Also, I think there was a tweet that, somebody saying that there is 1.5 trillion in margin calls in the energy sector. So I'm a little bit unsure how that's gonna affect, if that's actually true or not. But yeah, also when it comes to moving average, we are a little bit sense. So this move, this consolidation move up here needs to happen before we hit some moving average and see where we fall all the way down to, something like 17.8, something like that, or we may actually climb out of this. TLA herd channel. What you were talking about herd? Dominance going up while Bitcoin as a signal of people going into stables instead of cashing up. Hit the like, guys. Hit the like button. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you guys. It's always the bottom. It's always the bottom, guys. It's always the bottom. Right now, anything below 20k is the bottom, because all of these, rich guys, they are buying all the levels, right? They didn't want to buy again at 24, but they're a little bit pullback. So, start buying again 21, 20, 19, 18k, 17k. They're gonna be buying all the levels. I think the buying has started. I think that you can find actually the on-chain analysis by by how much Bitcoin is being bought by big wallets and stuff like that. You will see they are just keeping increasing their buying during this time of downtrend. How long can you, when it comes to the economy, how long can you have fear before people stop caring? And that's the big question, because right now everybody cares about the energy prices, everybody cares about the economy and stuff like that. But eventually they'll stop caring. So I'm gonna give it, one year's time. As soon as this winter is finished, as soon as people, experience the fear and then live through that, they'll be like, this is okay. This, So I think this energy crisis is only gonna last for 1 year. I don't think it's gonna last for 10 years or in a row or something like that. I think it's gonna last for 1 year, because people are gonna adapt very, very fast to the crisis. They are not gonna be really affected by it. So this winter, the energy might, continue increasing, and the crisis might actually, but the next year is, energy crisis, I think it's going to be over, maybe. I wonder if they manipulate by selling on spot market while buying OTC. Definitely. I mean, this is one of the, main things that, futures markets do. They make huge short positions on the futures market, and on the underlying assets. They start selling the price, try to manipulate, because you gotta understand that Bitcoin is a lot more easily manipulated on the spot markets, on the with real assets, than it's manipulate on the futures market. So futures market are just there to put in positions, and then they are trying to manipulate the underlying prices. Underlying pricing for whatever that is, right? That's when I said there was it's 10 years on the go now. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Join KuCoin, get the gems while you can. These are the opportunities of the lifetime, of course. Once these bottoms are done, it's gonna be today, next year, I don't know. But when it's done, it's pretty much done. When it's done, you're gonna be wishing, oh man, because some altcoins you can buy, for very, very cheap. But next time, you're gonna be buying like 10x from now. It's still gonna be cheap, but it's 10x from now. So after that, when it does another 10x, instead of you getting 100x, you just be getting 10x, because it's a big difference. It's a big difference. So you wanna always buy the altcoins very, very cheap, very, very bottom-ish. Because and the fear is big, guys. The fear is not actually. I was just looking up here. The Norwegian stock market is down 1.5. Everything's down, but just down a little bit. Still dropping a little bit down. But Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index yesterday was 22, but today is 24. What's up with that, guys? What's up with that? I think people are, people don't care anymore. I think people don't care. We are not dropping back down to 10 again. I don't think people care anymore. Anyways, guys. I'm gonna check my, altcoins to buy, what I'm gonna, gems to get. You join KuCoin, because there will be a, you might not trust me, and, not financial advice, but, Bitboy will come, Crypto will come, they will shield some coin that's on KuCoin, and then you're gonna be like, oh man, I wish I had, TLA affiliate link to join KuCoin so I can get that 20% fees, Guys, that's my job. I have to show my, KuCoin link. Not your keys, not your coins. Keep your crypto off exchange in your own wallet or be in the headlines. No, thank you, man. Roster Army, you the guy buying 9x long at 18k and you calling someone out. Okay, no fighting in the chat, guys. Be nice. And that said, guys, hit the like button on the way out. I'll see you another time. Bye-bye. And of course, we gotta end it with a bang. Have a nice day, everybody.
Random rewards are so sweet. Honey's all that I can see. Blame nature, why don't you? I make no apology. I'm in love with a meme. About as real as a dollar, and it makes me wanna scream. I wanna be a millionaire. I'm not weak or lazy. I'm like electricity, I'm the path of least resistance. Always lies the way for me. I'm in love with a meme. About as real as a dollar, and it makes me wanna scream. I wanna be a millionaire. Go Dutch, 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 Dutch. Go Dutch, 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 Daddy, yeah. Go Dutch, 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 Daddy, yeah. Dancing Teslas and SpaceX. This techno king is on a roll. There is no shame in his game. He's having fun, he's in control. I'm in love with a meme. About as real as a dollar, and it makes me wanna scream. I wanna be a millionaire. Go down.